We're going to be discussing Bernie or bust, and this may be a little bit controversial. I don't know exactly what type of viewer base I have, but right now, in case you aren't aware, they are having the Democratic, I guess they're over now, primaries in the United States to decide who's going to run against Donald Trump in November. And the candidates were you had Buttigieg, you had Warren, you had Beto O'Rourke, and then you have Bernie, and then you have Biden. And it looked like towards the end that okay, it's going to be Bernie or Biden. And then after Super Tuesday, I believe, and just a bit after that, Bernie dropped out. And if you've been watching, my channel for any amount of time, you know that I'm a massive Bernie Sanders supporter, and I would have loved to see him win the nomination, but that wasn't what happened. We had him drop out, and we have Biden instead. Now, where the issue is, for me, intuitively, okay, it's really a shame that Bernie didn't win. I really wish he could have won. Elizabeth Warren could have done a little bit to make sure he won if he was really progressive instead of Biden, but whatever. It is like it is now. So for me, it's just okay. It's a shame that Bernie won. I would vote for Biden against Trump. But in a lot of the leftist sphere on YouTube and social media in general, there's been an increasing amount of a mentality called Bernie or bust, which the main idea of that is that if Bernie didn't win, then we're not going to vote. And I've heard varying degrees of Bernie or bust. Some I like ideas and motivations behind it are more intelligent than others. The worst ones go from, oh, Bernie's not winning, so I'm gonna teach everybody a lesson by not voting, which is you're not gonna do anything. And then some more intelligent one. I wouldn't say it's a good idea, but is like, okay, we're gonna say that we're gonna refrain from voting from Biden, and then we're gonna see if we can push him towards adopting more progressive agenda, and then we'll hop on and vote for Biden. And while this might make sense, it's not gonna happen because Biden already has the support of the Democratic establishment. He doesn't want to alienate any more people by adopting a more progressive platform, even though, yes, I know, more people in the United States want a progressive platform. He's not going to do it, unfortunately. I wish he would, but he's probably not going to do it. And now we're in a situation where we have a bunch of leftists who say that they're not going to vote for Biden in the election between Biden and Trump, assuming nothing else happens. You have the Tara Reade stuff and everything. And I'm going to make my position clear on this. I very much and very heavily dislike Joe Biden. I think his policies are not good enough for 2020. They might have been good a couple decades ago, but now they're it's too late. It's too regressive. We need to have more progressive policies. I believe as a just as a person on a personal level, I don't really like him. He seems kind of sketchy. I don't really like him, but the most thing is the policies. His policies are not good enough. But I still need to acknowledge that, hey, it's going to be Biden or Trump. It's going to be Biden or Trump. So if you're in the United States and you're watching this, or you're not in the United States, but you're just present on the internet and on social media, and you hear this discussion come up, we need to make sure that it's in the interest of leftists, and it is leftist job to ensure that we get the best possible outcome from our decisions, including things like voting. That's the core aspect of it. Yes, Biden is bad. Biden isn't, he isn't good enough, but Trump is way worse. And I know that it's frustrating to always be like, oh, we gotta vote for the lesser of two evils. But sometimes you have to do it because the difference between Biden and Trump isn't just like an ideological one, but it's a policy-based one. It's a reality one. It's an empirical one that you can prove. Because at the end of the day, even though both of them aren't good, Biden's policies are going to help a lot more people and harm less people than what Trump's policies are. Biden actually has some form of policy towards climate change. He has some, campaign finance laws that are they are okay. He has a public option, I believe. And while this isn't good enough, I mean, this isn't, perfect. This isn't as good as it can be. It's still very good, and it's still far better than Trump's policies are going to be. So, if you're in the United States or you're present on the internet, please ensure that if you hear any, Biden or bust things going around, make sure to be like, no, as leftists, as progressives, what's more important to us is that we are progressives, we are leftists, because we want the world to be a better place. We don't want the world to be a better place because we're leftists because we want the world to be a better place. And the core difference here is that if I have to swallow my pride and go right in with Biden, in order to make sure that people's lives are demonstrably improved, or are at least going to end up better than what they would under Donald Trump, then that's something you have to take. That's something we have to do. Even the proudest leftists, you gotta swallow your pride there, and vote for or support Biden in this election, strictly in the context of the election. Once the election is over, feel free to talk trash about Biden and explain things he could have done better, things he isn't up to par with. But while the election is going on, make sure that we support Biden and that we do everything we can to ensure he gets elected. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to improve people's lives. So you gotta swallow your pride on that.